Coming up on Mountain News this morning, some parents call for action to be taken at the district level after last week's protests at Rowan County Senior High School. And some national lawmakers are voicing their concern for a new proposal that would cut benefits for the SNAP program.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Thursday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this May 8th. It's 5 o'clock this morning. And Megan, it was a bit of a foggy start to my morning. Not as bad as yesterday, in my opinion. And it was kind of pretty. It was like I was in the Wild West, and you know, usually they have those plants going through. Instead, it was the fog.
Yeah, you know what? It is a lower visibility day, kind of like what we've been seeing this week, but it's not as bad as yesterday and the day before. So just be careful because we do have some patches of dense fog out there. Main thing we're looking at this morning is chances of rain. Starting to see a little bit of rain picking up, especially for our western counties. We'll see that approaching our border in just a couple of minutes, and then we'll have chances of storms this afternoon. Current temperatures are in the 50s across the region, seeing low 60s for Somerset and Monticello, 61 degrees. Coolest temperatures right now, 52 in Clintwood. As we head into the afternoon, that's where we'll see the return of the 70s. We have a pretty mixed bag here today. Some low 70s as you travel towards London and Williamsburg. And then upper 70s as you travel towards the more northeastern counties, 77 for Pikeville and Prestonsburg, 78 for Grundy. We'll see the high temperature around that 4 o'clock mark for today, starting to cool down as you're heading into the evening hours. Amelia.
Hundreds of students walked out of Rowan County Senior High School last week, calling on the removal of Principal Jordan Mann. He's accused of exchanging inappropriate text with a coach who was arrested for producing child porn. Mann is also accused of failing to report the sexual relationship between that coach and a student. Although Mann was removed from his position for the rest of the school year, parents tell Alyssa Williams more changes need to be made.
Last week's walkouts at Rowan County Senior High School sparked some conversations within the community. One mom spearheading a discussion on the safety of students moving forward is Rihanna Burns.
I have friends that are teaching across the state of Kentucky. They're already doing these things. They already have these effective mechanisms in play when it comes to reporting, investigating, and keeping kids safe. We are behind.
Burns has 2 children that go to the high school. She says she's happy student voices were heard because of the walkouts, but believes the issue of failing to act on wrongdoing extends far beyond one building.
We can yell at building level all day long, and we can blame the principals and we can blame the teachers and the staff, but if we don't have somebody enforcing policy in our district, then nothing matters.
Burns says, for example, the district has faced several discrimination cases from the Office for Civil Rights for failing to act on reports of discrimination. Some of those filings include lawsuits surrounding racial discrimination and other issues against her own kids.
I think if you even talk to any of our kids, you'll feel that hurt. And it's more just not knowing what to do, who to go to. If you ask them, like, who do you feel safe with? Who do you feel like you can report to? There's not a lot of options.
WKYT has reached out for comment on the walkouts, claims made against the district, and the district's plans for change moving forward. While we have not heard back yet, the district shared in an email to stakeholders that they will be implementing a student voice task force, which will be made up of students, parents, employees, and community members. The district says it will allow these people to express their views during non-instructional time and promote healthy exercise of student voice.
I'm hopeful that the little committee they said they were going to start does make a change, but I've seen something similar to this and I've not seen any effective change. We need to protect everyone and educate. That's what we're supposed to be doing, is educating.
In Rowan County, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
A former Owensboro school superintendent was sentenced to 30 years in prison after he admitted to sexually exploiting children. Matthew Constant was indicted by a federal grand jury last year. He was arrested in July 2023 following an investigation by state police. He pleaded guilty to several charges, including online enticement of a minor back in February. An SUV crashed into a school bus yesterday afternoon in Martin County. The sheriff's office says there were more than 20 students on board. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Officials say the SUV driver rear-ended the bus and left minor damage. Kentucky State Police is hosting a free child passenger safety check in Knox County today. It's from 10 until 2 at Cumberland Valley Electric in the Gray community. Certified child passenger safety technicians will be there to ensure your child's seat is properly installed and up to safety standards. A Charleston, West Virginia man was sentenced to 12 years in prison for drug-related charges. According to court documents, police obtained a search warrant on Tyrese Phillips after a package that was intended for his address was stopped by the Postal Service. More than 500 grams of a substance containing fentanyl was found. 3 people were arrested as part of an ongoing investigation in Logan County, West Virginia. West Virginia state troopers say they found fentanyl, Suboxone, marijuana, and $14,000 in cash. Linda Spears, Jennings Spears, and Ricky Browning were charged with intent to deliver. Congressional Democrats are criticizing what they call the largest cut to a major anti-hunger effort in U.S. history. It comes after reports say House Republicans are proposing a major overhaul to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, as part of their budget plans to cut taxes and spending. Formerly called food stamps, the proposal includes potentially forcing states to cover more of the program's costs.
These are not just numbers. These are people. These are family. These are meals. These are children. House Democrats are standing strong to protect these benefits, to make sure that there is no reduce or loss of benefits to families who rely on them.
In total, congressional Republicans are aiming to cut around $230 billion in agricultural spending, most of which could come from SNAP. The federal funds for SNAP come under the Agriculture Department budget. Lawmakers say the nation's mental health care system is failing. Now, a bipartisan caucus wants to find a solution to the problem. Don Beyer, a representative from Virginia, says if you look hard enough, you'll find a family dealing with some kind of mental health concern. After President Donald Trump signed executive orders aimed at eliminating fraud and waste abuse, Beyer says this caucus is needed now more than ever.
We do a very poor job at dealing with serious mental illness in this country. And that's why I'm so grateful that my colleagues, Andrea, Don, Tony, and the many, many other Dems and Republicans who have signed up to be part of this, have come together with our mental health professionals and our industry leaders to really try to make a difference.
May is Mental Health Month, but lawmakers on the Hill are encouraging you to write to members of Congress to stress how important access and funding is to mental health care every day of the year. The half-brother of Vice President J.D. Vance is running for Cincinnati mayor. Corey Bowman advanced to the November election after coming in second place in a 3-way nonpartisan primary. Incumbent Cincinnati Democrat Mayor Aftab Paraval is the first. Bowman owns a coffee shop and is an evangelical pastor. He's never held a public office, but previously said he did not want to see the incumbent mayor run unchallenged. It's 5:07, and thank you for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we'll take a look at how some of the election process for the next pontiff works while Cardinals across the pond get ready for another round of voting.
And storm chances increase this afternoon. I'll have more on the timing after the break.